Let's transition and let's go to Green Bay. Let's talk about my beloved Green Bay Packers. As Sunday, the Denver Broncos beat the Green Bay Packers 19-17. For the Packers, Jordan Love went 21 of 31. He threw for 181 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. For the Broncos, Russell Wilson went 20 of 29, 194 passing yards, 1 touchdown. Here's Packers head coach Matt Lafleur after the game.
All right, obviously extremely disappointed. You know, we keep digging ourselves in a hole, and give credit to Denver. They did enough to win, but you know, it's disappointing to have no points at the half. I've said it before. I think anytime you hold somebody under 20 points in this league, I think we got to do enough to win from an offensive standpoint, and we obviously aren't. It's just way too fragmented, and just not consistent execution. And obviously, got to do a better job myself of putting our guys in a better position, particularly in the first half. And yeah, just disappointed, and I'm disappointed for our guys. I thought they battled hard. We did have some adversity strike in terms of, it just seems like we've got a lot of guys going down with injuries, and that's just part of the game. And really, at the end of the day, nobody cares. The expectation is the same. Next man up, you go in, you go battle, and we expect, there's a certain level of performance that we expect from all our guys.
That was Packers head coach Matt Lafleur in the immediate aftermath of the Packers' third consecutive loss. So, before I start this segment, I have to be real, and I have to take off my cheese head so I can be objective. So, give me a second. And the reason why I had to take off my cheese head was because now I can be objective and really evaluate what I'm seeing right now from Jordan Love. So, I know in the first 3 weeks of the season, Jordan Love had, I believe it was like 6 touchdowns, just 1 interception. I know in his first 3 starts this season, the Packers were 2-1. I also know that in week 3, in the home opener, in a game in which the Packers trailed 17-0 in the fourth quarter against the New Orleans Saints, Jordan Love overcame a 17-point deficit without Aaron Jones, without Christian Watson, without David Bakhtiari, without Elton Jenkins. And he had a tremendous performance in week 3 against the New Orleans Saints in the fourth quarter and helped the Packers improve to 2-1 on the season. The Packers haven't won ever since. And what I'm seeing right now from Jordan Love, he is struggling. He's not playing to the standard that has been set in Green Bay by Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. Let's look at Jordan Love's numbers over the last 4 weeks. In weeks 1 and 2, Jordan Love's QBR was 78. Weeks 3 through 7 is 38. Weeks 1 and 2, Jordan Love has 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Weeks 3 through 7, he has 4 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. So for me, I'm looking at Jordan Love and his delivery when he throws the football down the field is awful. It's awful. And that's the biggest issue right now with Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. Not only is Jordan Love not protecting the football, but the Packers don't have an elite passing offense when it comes to throwing the football down the field because Jordan Love is struggling when he throws the ball down the field. He's struggling. I just gave you the numbers on his turnovers in weeks 1 and 2 compared to what they have been in weeks 3 through 7. Let's look at his numbers on throws 10 yards or more downfield this season. Jordan Love, this is on throws 10 yards or more down the field this season. 2 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, completing 38% of his passes. His passer rating is 50.2. Folks, Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers spoiled me. They spoiled us Packer fans with their delivery and their arm strength and their ability to throw the football down the field and have the Packers offense flow at an elite level because of their arm strength. And I'm having a hard time remaining patient with Jordan Love because of his inability to throw the football accurately down the field. And you add on top of that his inability to protect the football in key, meaningful moments. We've seen it happen 2 games in a row where the Packers defense, they've held their opponent to under 20 points. I say all the time, if a defense holds a team under 20 points, I feel like you can say your defense did their job. It's an offensive league, and the rules in the NFL are for the offense advantage. It's for the offensive advantage every single game. So if you're a defense and you hold your opponent to under 20 points, you feel like we should win this game. The Packers defense held the Raiders to 17 points. They also held the Denver Broncos to 19 points and lost both of those games. And in both of those games, Jordan Love had 2 opportunities on the final drives of those games to get the Packers into the end zone and win the football game. And he failed both times with 2 game-sealing interceptions. 2 game-sealing interceptions. In the game against the Raiders, on that play when he threw the interception, he had Christian Watson right when the ball was snapped. He had him right when the ball was snapped. Christian Watson was open. He put his hand up, which I don't think receivers should put their hand up when they're running their routes, even if they're open, because that means that the DB also knows that they're open, and the DB is going to try to get back into the play and deflect the football. But Christian Watson was open when that play first got started, when it first started. And he threw the ball late, rolled out to his left, threw the ball late. DB catches up to the play and catches up to the football, game over, interception. And then Sunday, it was 3rd and 20. He throws the ball to Toure, but that throw is supposed to be in the corner of the end zone. He underthrows his receivers on deep passes. He underthrew somebody Toure. He underthrew him. That pass was supposed to be in the back corner of the end zone. And he also had A.J. Dillon open for the check down. And remember, 2 plays prior, A.J. Dillon had got loose for, I believe, like a 30 or 40-yard reception and got the Packers into Broncos territory. And instead of taking what the defense gives you, he throws the ball to Toure, and Toure, A, wasn't necessarily open, and B, the throw was awful. The throw was supposed to be in the corner of the end zone to where only Toure could catch the football or it was going to be incomplete. Instead, he underthrows the ball, and the safety intercepts the pass, game over. So I'm trying to be patient with this kid. I am trying to be patient with this kid. I'm also irritated and pissed off at Matt Lafleur. Let's count the time frame. Packers played the Las Vegas Raiders in week 5 on a Monday night. So in between they had a bye in week 6. So they had a bye in week 6. So between them playing the Raiders in week 5 on Monday night and their game against the Broncos Sunday, there was a 13-day period. And the Packers offense didn't score a single point in the first half against the worst defense in the NFL. The Denver Broncos have the worst defense in the NFL. This defense recently gave up 70 points. It happened in the NFL. Yes, a defense gave up 70 points, and the Green Bay Packers couldn't score one single point in the first half against that defense Sunday afternoon. 13 days, and also a bye week in between to prepare for the worst defense in the NFL, and you couldn't score one single point in the first half? That is inexcusable. I can't put all that blame on Jordan Love. Some of that blame also is on the head coach in Matt Lafleur. Matt Lafleur has to do better from a play caller's perspective, and he has to take the training wheels off of Jordan Love. As much as I want to blame Jordan Love for his miscues and inability to protect the football late in games, I have to give Matt LaFleur just as much blame for having the training wheels on Jordan Love. We need to find out if Jordan Love is going to be the franchise quarterback moving forward. And in order to do that, you have to take the training wheels off of Jordan Love and allow him to play quarterback. You can't keep having this conservative approach as a head coach. At some point, you got to be aggressive. You got to be aggressive. And you got to see if this kid can play. You have to see if he can play. And so I feel like as the season goes along, Matt LaFleur needs to allow Jordan Love to play quarterback. Quit being conservative and trying to have him in a position to where he's not going to make mistakes. You need to allow him to make mistakes. That way, if he makes mistakes, guess what, Matt? At the end of the season, we won't blame you for the Packers' struggles. We'll say this kid can't play. But not only right now do the Packers have questions about their quarterback, us fans are questioning Matt LaFleur as a head coach. We're questioning him. And also another problem with the Packers is, too, their running game hasn't been great this year. Now, I know they had 137 rushing yards against the Denver Broncos, but for the season, they're only averaging 91 rushing yards per game. That's ranked 24th in the NFL. That has to be better. You got to have a running game to help out Jordan Love as well. Now, Aaron Jones did come back in this game. Hopefully, he's going to be healthy moving forward. Christian Watson got banged up on the second down play of that last drive. He got banged up and got injured. What else is new? He's always injured. But I look at the Packers offense and their team overall. You got Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon in the backfield. I love their young receiving core in Christian Watson, in Romeo Doubs, and Jalen Reed. At tight end, you got Luke Musgrave. You got Tucker Kraft. Packers offensive line has to also play better. The Broncos didn't get one sack Sunday, but they got some pressure on Jordan Love. That offensive line has to be better. They are missing David Bakhtiari significantly right now. Significantly. Elton Jenkins, Rasheed Walker, Josh Myers, John Rutten, Zach Tom, they have to play better. But again, I got questions right now about Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur overall. And the Packers are 2-4. And as we get closer to the end of the season, if they continue to lose games, the Packers could be in the Caleb Williams and Drake May sweepstakes. Because at some you got to draft a quarterback. This is a quarterback-driven league. And if your quarterback cannot play, he cannot play in Green Bay. We are used to a standard at the quarterback position. Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers have spoiled us. We're not used to losing. We ain't used to this. And it's been a struggle over the last 3 weeks. They got a winnable game against the Vikings at home in week 8. Week 9, they're home against the Rams. And then week 10, they go to Pittsburgh. I need to see some improvement over the next 2 weeks. I need to see some improvement. Or this thing could get bad quick, fast, and in a hurry. Seriously. I don't expect the Packers to be Super Bowl contenders this year, but I expect them to compete and play better. Yes. Those are my thoughts on Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers at the moment.